So now I will show one of my project, which is the SAYAP. So it is basically a website that can be used by teachers to engage students in learning Araling Panlipunan. It has collections of customizable games and a QR-based response system for collecting student points. But before I proceed with the actual system demo, let me show you first the structure of my backend. So here I have a models folder where I define the schema of my systems using the mongoose.js. I also have here the middlewares where I put the middlewares like authentication, error handler, and not found. Then when we visit this index.js, this is where the initialization of the server is placed, as well as the connection to the database and the actual start of the server. We also have here the middlewares and middlewares for security. Then next to it is the routes. As you can see here, all the routes have a authentication middleware, which means that they are all protected except from the out route. So let's visit this out route. So this out route lists all the authentication related endpoints, and all of them has its own controller. So let's check this verify controller. So what this verify controller does is that it checks if the client has the required JWT token. If they have, they will receive a 200 response, otherwise they will receive this 401 error. Then as for media handling, I use AWS services like S3 and CloudFront. So here in the update teacher controller, when the teacher wants to update their profile and they uploaded an image, what will happen is that we will also update the image in the S3 bucket. Then after that, we will invalidate the CloudFront cache, because without invalidating the CloudFront cache, the image will not reflect immediately in the client side because of the cache. Let's now proceed to the actual demonstration. So we have here a login page. We also have a sign up page where it has a feature, email verification feature, which I've done with the help of NodeMailer. So let's proceed to the login page. Just enter the information. Once successfully logged in, we'll be redirected here in the SAYAP homepage, where information about the system is displayed. Now let's go to the Students tab. So here we have the information about the students' records. It has various filtering options like filter by quarter, by batch, through search, by section, and with sorting capabilities. If the teacher wants to add a student, she can just click here on add student, add the informations, then add student ID, select batch, select section, then click on generate QR and click on add. You can now see that our new student, Jose Manalo, is added. The teacher also have the capability to print the QR codes of the students by clicking this print view button. From here, they can print the QR codes of the students along with their names. These QR codes can be used to accumulate the student points through QR code scanning. Let's now go and proceed to the activities page. So we have here 4 quarters available. So for quarter 1, when you click this quarter 1, you will be redirected with the week page. Then when you click on the week page, you can see the activities related to that week. So if the teacher wants to add new game or new activities in that week, she can just click this add button, pick from this pool of games. We have a total of 8 games. Then click on add. So if the teacher wants to edit the content of the game, she can just click this edit button, then edit the content and make it fit on the current topic. So let's now go and try this pair up game. So the twist in this game is that whenever there is a match, a pop-up question will appear, and if the player selects the incorrect answer, they will be deducted by 3 seconds, and they will only be able to proceed once they click the correct answer. So depending on whether the player win or lose, this QR code scanner will appear along with the points they are about to receive. So they can also click this scan count to change the number of scan depending on the number of students that played, or the number of members in a group who played the game. Since I am the only one, I will just select one, then I'll just have to tap on the QR code to receive the points. By the way, the QR code I've used is the one from Claudine's. This is Claudine's QR code. So let's go and check if the points is actually added. So as you can see here now, the points is actually added. So from 0 before, it now becomes 6, which is cool. And by the way, this system also has a dashboard for the teachers to monitor the overview of the performance of the students she handles. But if you want to look for a more detailed view or performance of a particular student, you can do that by clicking here on the students, then clicking this view charts icon, then there you have it, a detailed information about their points. Let's now proceed to the folder structure of my client or front-end code. So here I have this pages folder where I place all the pages of my system, as well as this components folder where the reusable components are placed, like the QR reader component. This QR reader component is used in all of the games included in the system. Then I also have here a context folder because I use context for state management, and this is where all the global states of the system are placed, as well as the functions, various functions that call backend endpoints. Then when we visit this app.jsx, this is where the routing is placed. I use React Router DOM for routing, and as you can see, some of the routes are wrapped around these protected routes. So what this protected route does is that it just calls the auth verify. Then if the user is not authenticated, they will be navigated back to the login page. Otherwise, they will be redirected to what page they are trying to access. Then let's see this in action. So when we try to visit a page, a protected page like this activities, what will happen is that, so let's visit it. What will happen is that it will call the auth verify endpoint, and it will give us this 200 status, and that is why we are able to access this page. And the same goes here in the network tab. So it calls the verify, and it gives us this 200 response and the message of token verified. So what will happen if we delete the cookie? Let me delete it real quick, so and access it again. So what will happen is that we will be redirected back to the login page, because the endpoint call responded with a 401 status or authorization error. That's why we are navigated back here. So I also want to mention that while this code works, it's not perfectly structured. Through this project, I learned what I need to improve. For example, I should have separated the AWS config and created a dedicated service file for file operations. On the front end naman, I realized that as projects grow, it becomes difficult to handle state and API calls using just context. And that's exactly what I'm working on now in another project, a messaging app where I am learning how to apply Redux and RTK query for more scalable state management. And that's all, so thank you for watching.